as we know, there are known knowns. There are things we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there's some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know.
Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins with a Combat Radio. And today, hold on. No, that's how I introduce a video. But this ain't a video. This ain't no normal video. This is, you are in tune to Boxing Talk with Raphie. And this is where the good people come. The good people who like to talk about music. Music? What the hell? What the hell am I on? I'm introducing a live show as a video. I'm introducing a boxing show as a music show. What the hell is going on? This damn coronavirus, staying in isolation, it's crazy. It's driving people crazy. It's driving people up the wall. It's giving people too much time to reflect. Raphie is going stir crazy. There ain't no two ways about it. Damn. I mean, I'm ready for FaceTime. Let me get the uplighting. Up. Where are we? Actually, let's locate this thing. Let's locate the show on my pad. Everything is going slow. I just saw a notification as I came into this streaming service thing saying that due to the COVID-19, let me adjust my seating position due to the COVID-19. Where are we? Am I ready? Yeah, I think so. Due to the COVID-19 virus, the internet use certain services. Damn, Frank Zane. Yeah, an interview. Okay, it's about time. Due to that, there is unprecedented use of services like YouTube. So everything seems to be going slow. I closed down the thing and refreshed it, because if you remember, the last time out, we experienced a shutout. So we don't want no replication of that. So I opened the thing, I closed the thing, reopened the thing, restarted the thing, and that took a while. What's going on here? Let's get into the proper. Let's kill the video, kill the sound. Okay, where are we at? Okay, internet service. No, the internet services aren't out, but they're experiencing unprecedented usage. So, got to bear that in mind. Okay, where are we? First things first, let me put the link in the chat. We're here for a good time. We ain't here for a long time. Let's try and get into this. Let's try to get into this thing. Okay, let me line these things up. Everyone's at home, Netflixing and chilling. Yeah, everybody is home doing different things. A lot of them appear to be internet related. Okay, so let me line up these topics and then I'll get into the roll call as people populate the area or not, because people are doing different things. I've noticed that. Okay, let me line these things up. Where are we? What's that there? Don't need that now more. What's this? Oh, yeah. I know where I want to start. I remember. Oh, okay. There's that. What's this? Same thing. What's this? Different thing. Let's be. Okay, that's a good one. Let's move this on down the line as we get these things in order. Could have done that before the show, before the start of the show, but where's the fun in that? Where is the fun in that? Haha. Okay, got another good one. Got another good candidate to kick the thing off. Where are we? What's going on? Okay. Everything's lined up. I think this thing has taken shape. Yeah, I like this one too. I like that one too. Okay, so boom. Where are we? Okay, so let's do the roll call. We're ready for the roll call. Let the Netflix and chillers, those who want to Netflix and chill. Okay, let's get into this. Monique, the lovely Monique Thompson, up in the building with a warm greeting, a warm hello. Okay, so like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell icon for notifications, and hit the $sign if you can afford a cup of coffee. If you want to lob that in there, then that is all good. Okay, who else we got? Yes, indeed. Yes. Don Daly in the building. Stir cry zai. What happened there? Yeah, I did that. Okay. Delbert Wilkins. OMG, you're taking me back down memory lane. And for our American cousins who don't know who Delbert Wilkins is, let's rectify that right now. No messing around. That is hilarious. And what's even more hilarious? Where are we? OMG. Let's open this up. Let's save this baby. Don't worry, I'm going to share. Never let it be said that Raphie's a selfish man. So theoretically, that should now be saved. And where are we? I should be able to step right on over here. Go to the overlay section. And you should, by the powers of technology, you should be able to, yeah, that's the one. I should be able to share with you. Boom. Hey, presto. I introduce to you Delbert Wilkins, guy who started his own pirate radio show. In a sense, it's kind of similar. But it's kind of legal. I actually knew a guy who started his own pirate radio, back in the day in the UK. It was a big thing. And a lot of people started their own little radio thing. It's kind of like pirate radio. So we called it over here. John D. Lee up in the building.
You're right, Raphie.
How you doing, matey? How's it going?
Yeah, just resorting to home training like everybody else. got the dining room chairs there, back to back, doing some bits.
I need to buy. I mean, I've never really needed anything in the home, really. I mean, I've got my bag so I can go home to home, etc. Certain people like home training, so I can do that, but obviously I can't do that. I intended to do that until I realized how damn serious the thing is. And it's funny how I realized I don't actually have much training equipment in terms of, stationary stuff in the home. So I've had to resort to going down the park. I've had to resort to riding my bike, which is fine because the weather is fine. So yeah, I realized I've got to pick up something I looked at a while back. It's a stationary punching bag, but it's not a punching bag. The base is on the ground and it's very tall and it's very heavy. And I thought, yeah, I like it, but it's a bit expensive, so I left it alone. But right about now, I don't care if it's a bit expensive. I need that shizzle in my home.
Yeah, I started ordering stuff before they announced the gym shut, but I don't even know if half of it's coming because I keep getting notices that it's all sold out and they can't supply my order.
Damn.
It's gone nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
You can't get an Olympic bar online now.
That's crazy.
I mean, technically I've paid for one.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure if it's coming.
Damn.
I've got a pull-up bar. I can do dips.
Yeah, the basic stuff.
I've got some weights. So I've been managing to do quite a lot, to be honest. I bought some rings as well. So I've got rings set up in my garden on the tree.
Well, that sounds plenty. That's a nice little setup right there. Okay, so what are people saying in the chat? Raphie going stir crazy. Absolutely. Although it has given me, it's kind of strange. It's kind of given me, I'm sure it's given everybody time to reflect. So it's quite a strange time where I imagine there's millions and millions of people out there just reflecting on things. So it's an interesting time, valuable in that regard, valuable in that respect. Red Glove Militant is up in the building. Internet services out? No. They're just high demand. So this thing told me. I logged into it, this streaming service. Yep, everybody home, Netflix, flexing and chilling. Where would we be without the internet at times like this? We would be going absolutely bananas, mate. Absolutely bananas, mate.
I don't think we'd be in lockdown, Raphie. I think we'd all be catching the virus and out and about.
Yeah. Everybody be out and about catching the virus. You know what I'm saying? It's this damn internet thing is an amazing thing, utterly amazing resource. But really and truly, everybody's got things to do. Everybody's got DIY to do. Everybody's got a ton load of things to do. I stopped and thought about it today. I said, how could I be bored when I got so much to do? Reading books, troubling the lady of your life for some of her precious time.
There has been a lot of people putting out there might be a lot of kids in 9 months' time.
I totally believe that.
I think so.
I put it out last time around, last show. I totally believe that because people just ain't. They just ain't. I've been looking around the YouTube area and the boxing areas, and I've seen the numbers go down dramatically, percentage-wise, from place to place. So people are doing other things. Clearly, I think people are reflecting. People have changed their habits. Maybe people are going to bed earlier. I think I'm going to bed earlier because you got so much time reflecting. I don't know. I think it's an interesting time. I don't know if there's been a time in recent history, certainly our generation, where we've been locked down like this. I remember back in the day, there used to be power cuts every once in a blue moon. And so, you know, the moms would rush out and buy the candles. They've already got some candles, but they get some more candles. You know, for some strange reason, people buy bread. There'd be bread shortage. Don't remember nothing about the toilet roll, though. That's a new one on me. That must be a modern day.
I think there was something out online about how you needed to sneeze into a tissue to stop it spreading or something.
Uh-huh.
I think that's why they went for it. And then the rest of it seems to be profiteering, to be honest.
Profiteering, people going absolutely crazy, absolutely nuts. People, you know, but there's got some pensioners who live by me, old age pensioner couple who live a few doors down from me. Bought them a little care package while I was out, and I went to a shop, and it was actually the pound shop, and they just apparently stocked up with toilet roll, toilet tissue. So I grabbed a roll, 4-pack for the old folk, the old couple who live a few doors away from me. Grabbed the, I talk about citrus fruit, so I grabbed some of them for them. You know, everybody needs disinfectant, so I grabbed some of that disinfectant for them. And as I was coming, I was at the pound shop. Then I went to Morrison's, do a little bit more shopping a couple of days back. And as I was walking out, a security guard said, "You want a free plant?" And there was a woman dishing out some plants, and I said, "Them free?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I walked over. I said, "Can I have a free plant as well, please?" She was talking to a couple of police officers at the time, and she said, "Yes, of course." So I grabbed the free plant. So they got a nice little bumper package, courtesy of Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio. Very appreciative. They said my son-in-law, you know, takes care of us, but thank you so much. I said, "No, the pleasure is mine." Good day. I said it from a distance, though. I knocked the door, took her about 12 feet, walked 12 feet back. We had a conversation from a nice distance. And yeah, felt nice to just help out the neighbors with some loo roll when it came back online or available again. John Dealey.
Yeah, I think there's been quite a lot of people out actually doing good deeds.
Yeah, it feels good.
Which is good, because all the panic buying strikes me as a little bit selfish.
Very.
There's I go to quite a big Tesco's a lot, and before the full lockdown happened, there's one checkout lady I know she's always working, and she couldn't get any fresh vegetables even though she works in Tesco's.
Wow.
So I went down the Dudley Road because there's a lot of shops there that aren't supermarkets with fruit and veg. And I just got her a load of stuff.
Oh, that's wicked. That's wicked.
But it's good. Yeah, I mean, I've been to the shop since they've done the full lockdown where they spray the trolley with sanitizer, and you got to stay at a distance in the queue before you get in.
I did that today.
Yeah, it's a bit mad.
I took a picture of my shoulder because there's social distancing or spatial distance, whatever they call it. And I went to my Morrison's. You know, I love my Morrison's, local Morrison's. And yeah, they had people actually in the queue at a distance. But it was quite novel. I was cool with it.
They've got all the Tesco's I've been into, they've got tape on the floor to show you where you can stand if you want to go to a till.
Yeah. I went to a Tesco's as well, near local Tesco's, 24-hour thing, although they've shut down the hours. And what was I saying? Yeah. They had that tape thing. They had the tape thing, which I'm totally cool. I mean, in life in general, I mean, a lot of these measures that they're talking about now. Red Glove Militant says Raphie's nickname is Righteous Raphie. That would be, I would accept that. I would accept that happily. Went to the Tesco's, local Tesco's, and they had that taping thing. They had that taping system as well. But yeah, it just feels nice to help people who might be victims of the selfish ones. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I know they're sorted. It confirmed to me that the son-in-law keeps them sorted, but they appreciate it. And I'm just happy to know that it's being taken care of. I see the son-in-law come at least once a week, so that's all good, and that's all good in the hood. So that is great. I'm getting out there on my push bike. So, you know, just trying to do what I can do Yeah,
I'll tell you something I noticed that I thought was strange today, Raphie. I was in the garden,
yeah,
and there's hardly any planes in the sky.
I have noticed that, but now you
It's
mention it.
actually mad.
Now you mention it, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you live by an airport?
I'm not that close, but I'm
Yeah.
living in Harborne, Raphie, so it's close to town, so
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
that far from.
yeah,
It's on the flight path for a lot of planes to Birmingham Airport.
yeah, yeah. I got a old buddy who lives in Harborne. Yeah, I'm familiar with the area. Okay, so where are we and what are we doing? Okay, so this is Boxing Talk with Raphie. That's Delbert Wilkins on the screen there. Fictitious character from back in the design. I'm gonna leave him up actually because I find it quite amusing. So we'll leave him up for a moment until I change the picture, which is gonna be now. So where we're gonna start? Do we start off with the biggest topic or do we start off with some warming topics? We're gonna go, can go either way. I switch it up. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna go with how I feel. Let us share this warming topic. I'm saying warming, but people are elsewhere doing other things, but the show goes on. Where are we? Boom. Gonna fly through this one. Where are we? Okay, so Luis Ortiz. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Boom. Okay, so Luis Ortiz to Andy Ruiz. Why do you need tune up? Let's fight. Let's fight. Okay, so heavyweight contender Luis Ortiz of Cuba will be 41 years old in a few days. Everybody knows my views on Luis Ortiz's age. I say he's 50, and his next birthday will be his 51st. That's just my opinion, of course. Right, okay. 41 years old in a few days, but that is an insignificant number according to his way of looking at life. Well, I don't even feel like reading all that Gabaggio. Let me just get to the pertinent points. Okay, that looks like a pertinent point. Okay, so I keep training, preparing as always, physically, because mentally I am always strong. In the gym, I do what needs to be done every day, as instructed by my coach. I am training, let's say at 50%. What's going on? Told George Ebro. Was that the Ebro show on American radio show, stroke internet show. Ortiz was hoping to be lined up in a fight with former unified champion Andy Ruiz, but Ruiz indicated that he needs a tune-up after suffering a dominant 12-round decision loss at the hands of Anthony Joshua in December. Okay, so it gives me great joy that people think. Yeah, that sound come on there. Damn, that was loud. It gives me great joy that people think a little more about me. I'm determined to continue my career. Let's cut all the gunk. All right, get to the pertinent point right here. Why does Ruiz need a tune-up fight? We as boxers need opponents to help us lift our name. I prefer to always fight against people with marksmanship. Marksmanship, damn, that's an interesting word selection. And not those who are below my level. And now, more than ever, I am dangerous for anyone who wants to rise in the division. I feel young. My children are the engine of my career. Okay, so ultimately, situation here is that Andreas the Ponce Ruiz, was in line to fight Ortiz, but he declined the opportunity because he says he needs more time. He needs more time. Let's talking about time. What was time saying there? He needs more time. Okay, and Ruiz is saying, let's go. We don't need no warm up. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's just stop sharing and bring the beats back. And once again, put the link in the chat. Boom. Okay, so yeah, let's so what's going on with Ruiz, how you say? And I did a video, was it a month ago? Did a video a month or so ago, 2 months ago. Damn, who knows? And it said that Andreas the Punch Ruiz, there was an interview with him, and he clearly indicated that he was in no rush to get back in the ring. He's got things doing. He's renovating that kind of mansion he bought. It's a nice looking mansion. And it's kind of busy. When he's finished renovating that one, he says, yeah. I asked him if he was ready, looking forward to moving in. And he said, well, I'm kind of old already. After this one, it's on to the next. And the interviewer laughed. He said, you're bored already and you haven't even properly moved in yet? He said, yeah. And then he did his little laugh, funny laugh. So, yeah, I revealed it in that video. Go check it. It's one wearing, in the thumbnail, he's wearing his white tracksuit top. I predicted that Andreas Ruiz would not get back into the ring until the latter part of 2020, maybe the third quarter of 2020 at the soonest. And now with the virus, they call it Corona, COVID-19, with the virus, everything's pushed back anyway. So I don't expect Andreas the Punch Ruiz to get back in the ring anytime soon. Third quarter of 2020 is my prediction. John D. Lee, your observations.
Well, we still don't know who's going to have his trainer yet, do we?
Damn, hasn't even got a trainer yet.
There was TeddyAtlas has talked about training him.
Mm-hmm.
I think offered for him to go there.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, have you heard any of those comments from that article?
Comments? Which comments pertaining
that
to
TeddyAtlas made about training Andy Ruiz?
Was it in that article? That specific article?
No.
Oh, okay. I've read that.
TeddyAtlas has done an interview about training Ruiz.
Uh-huh.
And he's actually described training him as looking after similar to looking after a drug addict.
Oh my God.
Because of his eating problem.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's real.
I mean, I think it's fair to say that you can get addicted to food.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think it's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy Ruiz is a candidate for having that type of addiction. I mean, I don't know him well enough. I don't know enough about his details to say that that's his situation. But TeddyAtlas, that's how he's described it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about taking him out of his comfort zone and keeping him away from his family and stuff if he was to actually work with him.
Mandatory.
I think that's what Ruiz would need if he was to actually fulfill his potential.
Mm-hmm.
But I just get the feeling Andy doesn't like hard work. So I don't think that he'll take Teddy up on his offer. But
yeah, in another interview, he said that he wanted TeddyAtlas. So he said it. So now if he doesn't take it,
if it works,
then it's on him.
Well, if he goes and dedicates himself, I think it would work really well because TeddyAtlas understands the Customato style, which is suited to someone of Andy's dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also a hooker.
A bigger part.
And he's also a hooker.
Really?
But, as in
two professions?
As in
the dual profession fella.
No, I mean, I mean, he's a proponent of hooks as opposed to straight punches.
I'll get you.
I'm sure you know.
My bad. That's oh, gee. The world's. I thought, my goodness, the world's turning trans. This is crazy. Must be something in the water. They were right after all. They're putting. There's too much estrogen in the water, but no, not that kind of
Yeah, don't hook with a hooker, as AJ found out.
OMG. OMG. Okay. Who else we got here? Shiz Biz up in the building. I'd really like to do a survey to find out what people are doing instead of watching boxing lives these days. A lot of people aren't watching boxing lives. They do it's in the COVID thing. A lot of Netflixing and chilling. I think what it is when people have less time, when you come home from work, etc., and you have less time, I think you're almost more regimented. With all this time now, people are probably stuck in Netflixing, probably consuming the magic mushroom, and they're just kind of vegging out of an evening. Many people, but of course, the hardcore are still here. People like Shiz Biz, Red Glove Militant, Aoife Boyd, John D. Lee, people like Monique, but for the most part, people are probably stuffing their faces with Doritos, Cheetos, sitting up, watching Netflixing and chilling to the max. You know what I'm saying? To the max. Some people are going to have to visit the obesity clinic by the time this thing. Some people might not be able to fit through the doors, John Daly. Some people are going to be stuck.
It seems to be one way or the other.
One way or the other.
What I've noticed is a lot of the alcohol's sold out. And all the home gym fitness stuff is sold out as well. So I think it's going to be one extreme to the other.
The extremes. Okay, so what's the time saying? Okay, we chopped that one up nice and sweetly and neatly. And let us move on to the next. And okay. Where are we? What's this? Neon white. What's going on there? Boom. Sure, I've got two of those stories. How are we gonna deal with this? How are we gonna deal? We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna do it like that. Let's see if there's two of these. Let's combine them. Let's put them together. No, I only see one. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. Okay, let me share my screen once again. And do it slightly different once again. Well, why am I going to do it different? I'll just do it the same. No, I'm going to do it different. Okay, so Dillian White drives 40 hours to begin camp for Povetkin. What the hell's going on here? Oh, I see what I'm doing. Let's go back over there. Take the banner down. And then share again. Very, very simple process. Very, very simple. All right. Now we're doing it right. Okay, so Dillian White drives 40 hours to begin camp for Povetkin. Okay, Dillian White drives, yeah. Dillian White is approaching his upcoming fight against Alexander Povetkin, May the 2nd. As all systems go, despite the coronavirus global pandemic that has caused an abrupt stop to every major sporting event around the world, around the globe. Okay, so White kickstarted his camp in Portugal, telling Matchroom boxing head and promoter Eddie Hearn via Instagram Live that he drove 40 hours non-stop. What the hell? 40 hours non-stop. I guess I need to hear his definition of non-stop. To me, that means not stopping, not sleeping. If that's so, then that was crazy. And as a matter of fact, I can't find it hard to believe he didn't stop. Spend a night in a hotel. Why would you not? Why would you not drive? Why would you not? 40 hours. Why would you? Well, 40 hours. No hotel visit. Didn't stop and sleep. Oh, yeah. I think I heard him say he sleeps in his car. Oh, he's got a big kind of van thing. Yeah, okay. Slept in the car. But that's still not non-stop. Anyway, okay, so White opted for a car instead of an airplane. Not for the fear of catching germs, but because he wanted to bring his dogs along for the ride as well. Oh, bring the dogs. Okay, I can see that. A ride as well for a fight that is slated to take place at the Manchester Arena, England. Okay, so the mindset is my date is not cancelled. My date is still going ahead. So I'm training. I'm a professional. I'm trying to be professional and keep training and trying to stay positive, says White. It's very important to show people in this time that it's important to train, to get on with life the best way you can. Because it's easy to panic and just shut down. I'm just trying to show as much positivity as I can. It's quiet, but there's food on the shelves, and I have a good setup here. On Monday, British Boxing Board of Control suspended all events, as we know. Hearn is still uncertain how he'll be handling the White fight. It's going to take time for people to gain confidence and trust and want to get out again. The 31-year-old White, 27-1, 18 KOs, has shifted the conversation with Hearn toward his lone conqueror in the form of Anthony Joshua, who beat him in 2015. Damn, coming up to 5 years already. I've come a long way, physically and mentally, since that time, said White. I think we've both come on so much and learned so much. We have so much mutual respect. I'd like to fight Joshua 2 or 3 more times in my career, win, lose, or draw. That fight would make you run extra miles. It would make you do things correctly. We just have to get through this hard time. This is a serious time in the world to be talking about boxing. But as soon as it clears up, me and the guys will be ready to rock and roll. Okay, what do I do with that? What do I do with that image there? Yeah, okay. Let me save that. Yeah, boom. Let me stop sharing that. Move back over to where I need to be. Upload that. And boom, boom. Slow scrolling, show, and boom. Okay, right. So, what do I think about that? Damn. Who do I see before me? Who do I see before me? None other than the Monique Thompson. She's rejoined us. I told you she'd come back. Okay, so Ortiz, let's get rid of that. Let's do things professionally around here. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so seems very, very clear that very clear that Dillian White is keeping his eye on the ball. He's not slacking up. He's not letting up. He's dedicated himself to the craft, getting over there in Portugal to get ready for Povetkin. Povetkin is no pushover. Olympic gold medalist, WBA world champion. And so Dillian's going to have to be on his A game for this one, John.
Yeah. I still think Povetkin's no joke, even though he's also 40.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Dillian needs to have a challenge to be motivated.
Yeah.
Because he is another one, not quite as bad as Andy Ruiz, who I think when he's not motivated, he eats too much, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, even in that picture there, he's looking a bit
I was thinking
looking
that.
a bit porky.
Somebody's been on the sausage rolls. Somebody has been on the sausage rolls. Portugal. There we go. That's the correct spelling, I think. Okay, so and show. Yeah, so Dillian White, definitely another guy with some kind of eating issue. I looked at some pictures of him a few years ago. Well, there was an article of a story of him a few years ago, and he was much lighter. He was much lighter. Says he's come a long way. I think he has come a long way technically, but there seems to be an eating issue that there didn't seem to be before. And in an interview, I can't remember where it was. Don't got the link for it. But yeah, he said, yeah, I should be getting in shape real soon, so long as I can stay off the cakes. His words. Those were his words. Dillian White, out of his own mouth, mentioned a passion for cakes. And yeah, that ain't good. It's not in his physical conditioning. To me, has declined. Well, in terms of weights, anyway, his physical weight. Yeah, it's a weakness. Everybody's got some kind of weakness or other somewhere in their psyche. And I think that food is one of Dillian White's weaknesses. I don't know if maybe you should go and see a hypnotherapist or something.
The thing is, Dillian's rich enough now to just have his own chef.
Yeah.
And he's just got to stick to what he's given.
Stick to what you're given. All you have to do is stick to what you're given. Yeah. Easier said than done for some.
No, yeah, but I mean, then there's other ways around it, Raphie, because if you get the right chef, say Dillian sounds like he's got a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
You can make healthy, sweet things if you use the right ingredients.
You can.
I don't want to go off on a tangent about diet and stuff, Raphie, but you know, you can have a strict diet of food that you like, and then you don't blow up because you like what you're eating. Yeah,
Dillian needs to address that. It's in his hands. He's a grown-ass man. BH up in the building. Dillian's a grown-ass man. He knows what his weakness is. He's mentioned it. He said it out of his own mouth. He knows what his weaknesses is. So it's therefore incumbent upon him to correct the weakness, whatever strategy he needs to use. I think some people like to go extreme. If he wants to go extreme, then he can go extreme and get a hypnotherapist. If he feels that his will is so weak around food, then go extreme and get a hypnotherapist. Go and get acupuncture, whatever the individual thinks will work for them. Sometimes common sense isn't enough. People don't like common sense. A lot of people don't like common sense. Some people, I mean, all you have to do is walk for 40 minutes a day. 40 minutes a day, from sedentary to 40 minutes a day, walking somewhere for 20 minutes and walking back for another 20 minutes. Something as simple as that, done every day, will have a major knock-on effect, will have a major effect in a person's structure. Something as simple as that. But sometimes people don't want to do the basic common sense things. They want to go from one extreme to the other and then fall flat. So whatever it is that works for that individual psyche, I mean, common sense is all Dillian White needs. What you said there was just common sense. But like I said before, a lot of people, common sense isn't sexy. Common sense isn't sexy. Some people would rather just go for something a bit more exotic, be it acupuncture, be it hypnotherapy, whatever it takes. Common sense is there. And what you said was just common sense right there. But I'm afraid common sense, it ain't sexy for some people. So if he wants to go exotic, if you don't want to take the common sense approach, then he can go the exotic approach. And the exotic approach is something like hypnotherapy, acupuncture, whatever it is. But whatever he needs to do to address the issue is what he should do.
The other thing that I've noticed with Dillian is I've seen him doing a lot of deadlift type training.
Mm-hmm.
So he might think that the weight is benefiting him because he's seen his training numbers going up.
Yeah.
And justifying it in his head because, particularly with things like deadlift, mass moves mass, doesn't it? So
yeah,
because what was it? He's 270 in his last fight, wasn't he?
That was crazy.
So I mean, he might feel stronger in the gym like that, but that's for a couple of seconds as opposed to 36 minutes of boxing.
Yeah.
And I think there's a place for deadlifting, heavy deadlifting in boxing training, but I don't know. But every time he was posting videos last year, it seemed to be very heavy lifting that he was doing.
Yeah.
And he might be using it to mask the problem, which is the fact that he's got a bit of a food baby going on.
Yes. There is certainly some unchecked cravings going on in Dillian White's world, and it ain't good for him. Or is it? It ain't good for him at all. Man talks that he likes cakes, and you can have all the cakes you want to at the end of your career when your career's done.
He's going to end up like Nas.
Oh yeah. I find that entirely believable. If he don't get himself in check, then the outcome after the career's done, it won't be pretty. That much is foul show. And I think it was BH who said, "What are sausage rolls?" Well, you're looking at some sausage rolls. You're looking at a selection of sausage rolls there, my friend. It's a sausage covered in a flour coating, and I think that gets fried or something. It's not very healthy at all, but very, very tasty. Very, very tasty. You heat that up and have some baked beans with that. Throw a couple of fried eggs down with that.
Raphie, you're just leading people astray now. I can't condone this.
I cannot condone this behavior. I'm not suggesting that you do this, BH, because I think the only people who can do this is if you're going on a marathon. It will probably take a marathon to burn all of that shizzle off.
It's probably all right for the under 20s or something.
Under 20s, high metabolism, You're okay. Get it in you. You're doing your walking, you're cycling, you're active. Get it in you. After that, forget it. Okay, let's stop sharing that. Stop leading people astray, and bring them back to the path of righteousness. Okay, on to the next. Not messing around. Move that out the way, and we proceed. What are we going to do here? How are we going to deal with this? How are we going to deal with this? Let me see. Are you going to go that way? Or are you going to go that way? That way. Won't happen in... No. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that? No. I'm going to go with this. Okay. Decision has been made. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. We're going to stick with... No. I know the path. I know the way. Boom. Is that what I'm going to do? Is that what I'm going to do? That is exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, so I think we're seeing this on the screen. Yeah, you should be seeing this on the screen. Okay, let's do this. So Bob Arum says Fury Wilder 3 won't happen in July. Maybe in early October. Okay, so Bob Arum doesn't expect the third Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder heavyweight title fight to happen in July. That's the date that was tentatively set aside for Fury to defend his WBC championship, which he won from the Bronze Bomber Wilder last month. With time limits, according to the time limits in their contract, their third fight was projected to take place on July the 18th, once Wilder exercised the tree match clause, the trilogy, the third fight. Once he exercised his clause to get that third fight, then that was the time schedule set out. But Arum told ESPN that the coronavirus pandemic will push back the third Fury Wilder fight to a later date. Top Rank, Arum's company, has indefinitely postponed all of its events scheduled all the way through April. Okay, so Arum said to ESPN, clearly not. Wilder Fury 3, Fury Wilder 3 won't be happening in July. We don't even know if the MGM will be open by then, reopened. Okay, so their third fight is supposed to be held at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. And interestingly, that's the location. That was the location of Wilder's defeat. Clearly, he's not a superstitious man, or else he wouldn't want to be having it in the same place. I don't know. Perhaps I'd go for a change of location. But hey, maybe Wilder's aware of some adjustments that he can make that perhaps could change the outcome of the fight. Who's to say? Who's to say? We're going to have to wait and see. Okay, so the 88-year-old Arum, whose company co-promotes Fury, suggested their third fight could happen as late as early October because the COVID-19 outbreak has caused so much uncertainty throughout the world. What else is the pertinent points? I'll go through this in the video. If anybody hasn't checked my video on the same topic, feel free to go ahead and do so after the show. Not during the show, after the show. Yeah, so what else do I want to say about that? Al and his people. This is Bob Arum now. Al and his people are in touch with us all the time on this. We see things the same way. We'll be very cautious moving forward and pray that this will be over at a suitable time and we will be able to make smart plans. Nobody has ever experienced anything like this, and I'm 88. And I've never seen nothing like this, so I'm sure you haven't. Sure, you ain't seen nothing like this in our lifetime. And so, yeah, where are we? Where are we? Let's get much appreciation, BH. You know, you can put a message in there as well, BH. Thanks to BH for the contribution to the show. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So there you have it. I think I've already got a suitable picture for this. Where are we? Where are we? I pull something up with Fury there. Trying to make sure, trying to do things in a certain way. Okay, so where are we? Yes. So yeah, it's pushed back. The fight's pushed back till the end of the year. The COVID virus has wreaked havoc, and so the question, there's a few questions. Well, really, there's a big question for me. Resigned to the fact that this is a reality. This is a reality now. However, let's look at some of the intricacies. Pablo Diablo up in the building. Let's look at some of the intricacies. What's changed now? I think the major difference. Let me get comfortable with this. Don't like to sit slouch. Let me get comfortable. So the major difference that we see now, to me, is that the most significant thing that I see out of this is that Deontay Wilder now has more time to train. There's been a lot of talk that it's too soon. Can't do much. You can't do much in that time. They've had, 6 months or whatever it is. 6 months, maybe 7 months from... No, it's not 6 months. It was February the 22nd. So that's February, March, April, May, June, July. So it's less than 6 months. It was like 5 months. What's Deontay Wilder going to do in 5 months? But now he's gone from having 5 months. So July, August, September, October, November. October, sorry. So that's what? That's another 4 months or 3 months. July, August, September, October. Yeah. So he's gone from having 5 months to 8 months. And to me, that's the most significant change. We're not talking about the consequences. The consequences are, of course, it's kicked undisputed, the possibility of undisputed, kick that out of the water, possibility of having undisputed in 2020. So other than that, the most significant thing out of that for me is that Deontay Wilder has more time to train. Now, whether that makes a significant difference, that's a different matter. But other than that, that's the most significant thing that I can see out of this. John D. Lee.
Yeah, well, that's really been the speculation, isn't it? Is he going to give him enough time to make the needed adjustments? Is he going to take Buddy McGirt up on his offer? Although, I don't know if you've seen what Buddy McGirt said about him today, but he's been saying that he's been laying into him for spending time with his lady wife immediately before fights.
I mentioned that. I'm one of the I'm one of the only people I know I've heard mention that immediately after the fight. What about the legs? What about the legs? It's on video, so you don't take my word for it. It's one of the first videos after the fight. But carry on, John D. Lee.
But I mean, a couple of days ago, Buddy McGirt was saying that Deontay Wilder only needs to make a couple of changes to beat Tyson Fury. But he wasn't going to say no. He said he's keeping his secrets to himself. I think he's trying to tout Deontay Wilder as he's still a professional trainer, isn't he? So
you mean
he's touting for business, like Jonathan Banks was to AJ after AJ's defeat to Ruiz.
What did you? Oh, was Jonathan Banks touting for
business? Yeah,
do
you not remember Jonathan Banks was saying that AJ was getting all the wrong direction from Rob McCracken in the corner?
Wow.
He was quite vocal about saying that he'd heard it from ringside, that what he was saying was all wrong.
Wow.
And I think Jonathan Banks was trying to poach AJ. Which, I mean, I'm not going to knock someone for trying to...
No.
Ultimately, they're just trying to drum up business for their own business, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. But they're normally a bit more circumspect when they're touting. They're normally they go around the houses a bit more than coming out and saying he's getting
wrong. The Americans are a bit more direct than we're used to, Raphie.
Yeah, that's certainly a direct. That's certainly not veiled in any way. Didn't go around the houses. He went straight to the heart of the matter. And I don't even know if I like Jonathan Banks as a trainer. I'm not sure. He's so closed. He's not open. He's not effervescent. He's not. Although I don't know what he's like in camp, obviously, you just see how somebody is on camera it isn't really necessarily automatically a great indicator of what they're like in training camp. But I just don't get energy from him. Don't get energy from him. Sausage rolls might be healthy, but I'll eat 3. Might not be healthy, but I'll eat 3. Yeah, it's easily done. Get some baked beans on it. Not that I recommend it. But as a one-off, if you haven't had them before, and yeah, sure, give it a shot and then go for a jog afterwards. Or maybe a triathlon. I'm trying to send dollars super chat. Getting stuck. It won't allow. I'll keep trying. Did it once before. Send dollars super chat. Yeah, man. Any which way. Any which way. Pablo Diablo up in the building. Don't forget to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. And for sure, go ahead and follow me on Twitter for some exclusive stuff. Maybe or maybe not. Oh, yeah, here. When he gets beat again, I'll put money on the LDBC using coronavirus as an excuse. The excuses will come. I don't know if you can predict what the excuses will be, though. They can be very creative over there, or they can lack creativity because, remember, Glovegate didn't come from the LDBC. It was another guy. It was a young Pharaoh guy. It was not even a boxing channel who came up with these hypotheses.
Was he the first one, or was he just jumped
He was
on
the
it?
first one.
No, he was the first one.
Hold on. No, it was him. He was young
It
Pharaoh.
wasn't Fanon.
Sorry? He
I
wasn't
thought it was
Fanon.
Fanon.
No. Fanon just jumped on young Pharaoh's story. No. Young Pharaoh is the king of the Glovegate. Not even a boxing channel. So they lacked creativity. They were bowing down to Fury. I don't know if they had a meeting and said, listen, we're going to have to try and handle this gracefully. And so, they were generally giving him his props. But how could they not? How could they not have given him his props? Your man Wilder there got beat from pillar to post, got dropped. He got by a body shot. And a little secret, he didn't really get dropped by a body shot. Watch that drop again. And he got dropped by his lousy footwork. It was his lousy footwork that dropped him, not the body shot. Check it out again. So if I had to,
I'm going to watch that, Raphie. That's not the first time I've heard someone say that.
Oh, damn!
Are you saying he got tangled in his feet and that's why he went out?
I'm 100% saying that. 100%. And since you say that, then maybe I should do a video on that. I will consider that, because sometimes videos come from the strangest of places. You make a simple video about something. For example, I made a video saying that what's his name? Oh yeah, Paul, little Shelly Finkel. Scolds Mark Breland. That's what he said. That was all the title was. It was a 5-minute video saying Shelly Finkel scolds Mark Breland, which he did at the ringside. Simple video, thought nothing of it. 5-minute video, dropped it out there, and I think that's got 25,000 views.
I think that actually created a bit of a narrative, Raphie. I've heard quite a few. Yeah, I've heard quite a few American channels talking about it.
Yeah, 25K, simple 5-minute video. I expected nothing of. So it's those simple videos. I mean, don't get it twisted. If I make a video first, and I've done quite a few, if I make a video before anybody else makes a video about an interesting topic, an interesting current topic. So I make a video, and it's happened a few times, and I'm the first person to come at the situation with that angle, and then I see other videos come out. I'm not saying they copy me, because there are streams of thought. So other people come up with a similar topic, or the same topic afterwards, and it doesn't matter that the smaller channel has come out with it first. What happens is your subscriber base. If you got 100,000 subscribers, then obviously you got 100 people, or, well, a percentage of that. When you got 25, say a quarter, you got 25,000 people who then will click on your video because they haven't seen mine. My subscriber base sees mine primarily. And then if it leaks out and gets beyond that, fair enough, the algorithms, YouTube algorithms, if they see it's popular within your subscriber base, then they might push it out a bit more. More people see it, then it gets more reach, and it mushrooms like that. But yeah, it doesn't mean that because you've come out with a theory first, that your video is going to get the most hits. So I'm aware of that. I became aware of that, and I'm content with that. So each channel owner can do really is grow your subscriber base, because then when you grow your subscriber base, more people get to see your shizzle. So for me to get 25K off a video is crazy, absolutely outlandishly crazy. And so yeah, I appreciate that. It's good fun. But I look at the channel's doing very, very well, by the way, folks. People tuning in, and I'd just like to extend my thanks and appreciation for those who get involved. But back on topic, back to the point. I don't know where I went on that tangent. Oh yeah, the idea for covering that story. Yeah, I'm going to cover that story. And I don't worry about narratives. Like an LDBC could see that and go, oh yes. So it wasn't. Wilder isn't weak in the body. Yes, this proves it. He's not going to mention me. And you don't have to mention me. But that's not the reason I would do it. So, and I could do another video where another group could say, yes, this means such and such and such. I don't really care which sect decides to jump on a video I've made and use it for their argument. That's not my concern. My concern is merely to bring the news as I see it. And if some sect which I don't agree with jump on it, it's really not my concern whatsoever. My job is to get information out there the way I see it, through my lens, my vision, and then people who can vibe with that, agree or disagree. But yeah, that's my role. Okay, but that just clears up that. But to get back to the point at hand, yeah. So if you, McGirt said there's two things. McGirt said there's two things that he could fix, and I put it to you, everybody listening, the present and the future. I put it to you that one of the most crucial things, we're talking about Deontay Wilder fixes. One of the most crucial things, if not the most, well, one of the most crucial things that Deontay Wilder needs to address. Whether he can do it successfully is a different matter, or whether he will do it successfully is a different matter. I doubt it. But it's the footwork. It's the footwork that had him in trouble all night. His footwork is absolutely terrible and atrocious. I would say it's amateurish. Terrible.
Disrespecting all the fantastic amateur boxers out there. Raphie.
Yeah, it's a disrespect to the amateurs, unintended, I assure you. But yeah,
know.
Terrible. It's terrible.
He's
terrible.
crossing his feet over.
Yeah.
He's crossing his feet over when he's stepping backwards.
It's actually a terrible insult to amateurs. It's. I can't
If
even
you go to a good amateur gym, they'll teach you footwork before they teach you how to throw a punch. Yeah.
I was in the Army Cadets. This ties in. I was in the Army Cadets when I was a kid, and there's some people who, to march, it was like asking them to do a complex mathematical equation just to march. To put it simply, marching is moving one leg in the simplest terms. To march, what you need to do is put one leg forward and have the rear leg straight, the non-moving leg straight, the leg of the non-moving foot straight. So the moving foot goes forward, and then the arm on the opposite side goes forward with the leg. So if the left leg goes forward, the right arm goes forward. But I remember when we were learning to march, there was a significant amount of people who would move their left leg and move their left arm. So something which comes naturally, because they had to think about it, all of a sudden they're at 6s and 7s. That reminds me of Wilder's footwork. It's crazy. It's utterly bizarre. It's so poor, it's not even funny. And I put it to you, ladies and gentlemen, that one of the key things Buddy McGirt is talking about is two primary things that you need to fix. And I put it to you that foot movement would have to be right up there at the top of the tree. John D. Lee.
100% he needs to sort his footwork out, but the other thing he needs to sort out is his jab.
Oh, yeah, well.
So it's like the most two fundamental basic tools that you need. He needs to try and make them serviceable against somebody who is good at both of those. I mean, I don't know how much I like Tyson Fury's jab, but it's definitely.
But it works.
It works. He's proven over the years that he's got an effective jab. And as for his footwork, I mean, He's also proven he's got very effective footwork. So, I mean, how's Deontay Wilder going to catch up from worse than novice level
Mm.
in the most basic fundamental things that a boxer needs to somebody who that's what he's good at?
Yeah.
And the other thing that he needs to sort out is there's a massive tell on his right hand.
Massive what?
Tell.
Towel.
Tell. He's got, like a gambler has a tell when they're playing cards, but when they've got a good hand.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a massive tell on when he's about to throw his right hand.
Right.
Like,
Right.
he cocks his elbow.
Yeah. Tell. TELL. Is that what you said? Tell. Okay. Sorry. I thought you said tell. Yeah. Tell. Yeah. I got you. TELL. Yeah. Yeah. It's a massive tell. It shows.
So, and when you've got the reach disadvantage, Tyson hasn't even got to move that far to get out of the way of it.
Yes. It's
So,
crazy.
So I just, it's a lot of work. Let's put it like that. There's a lot of work to be done.
Well,
I know I'm in the minority, but I'm not convinced his right hand's that hard anyway.
No, you've been saying that for a long time. It has to be said. You one of the first people I heard saying that Deontay Wilder's right hand might not be all that.
Let's put it like this, right? Joseph Parker's not really considered a big puncher, is he?
True.
When he was fighting lower tier opposition, he had a 100% knockout rate.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder never steps up his competition. No wonder he's got such a good knockout rate.
Yeah, 100%. Makes total sense. And that's why when people say, yeah, but look at what he's done. He's been a champion for 5 years. He's fought 40 people or 42 people or, before the loss to Tyson Fury, like 42 people. And he's been a champion for 5 years. And look at his knockout ratio. Better than this guy, that guy, the other guy. I think he was like second or third. He was very close. He was very close up there behind Frank Bruno in the knockout ratio, shizzle. I mean, when the power of the knockout punch was being calculated, he was right up there with Frank Bruno. Might have been a place behind him or a place ahead. Frank Bruno was 3 in those power rankings. And I said, no, you can't do that because he hasn't fought the caliber of opponent to merit being ranked amongst guys who are fighting top caliber opponents, which he has not been doing. He's done it he's done it once. Once he fought a top, maybe, okay, one top caliber. I mean, Tyson Fury, you have to rate him as a top caliber. I mean, he's ex-lineal champ, although I think that fight with Klitschko should have been a no contest due to his drug uses before and after. The Christian
I'll give Tyson his credit for that because it's hard to beat Vladimir.
Well, yeah, he did it. Even though I say that should be a no contest, he did it. He beat the man in front of him. That man was Vladimir Klitschko, and boom.
But that's the only. Who else has Fury beat apart from Wilder and Klitschko?
Chisora is his next best win after that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many people have got Chisora in their top 10 now?
Well, he's not the highest caliber fruit. So,
I like Derek. I always
I like him.
Derek's an entertaining fighter.
Yeah,
he's good value.
Yeah, but he hasn't been a consensus top 10 over the last 5 years, and so or 3 years or 2 years. I mean,
when Fury fought him, he still wasn't really in the top 10. It's going back quite a long time now, isn't it?
It is. 6 or 7 years ago. But yeah, so Fury, Wilder. I mean, getting back to Wilder, who's he fought? A bunch of nobodies. Let's be honest, a bunch of nobodies. Then he stepped up with Stavern, his first top 10 win.
But I mean, even who's Stavern ever beat?
And who's Stavern ever beat? So Stavern,
it's based on beating Chris Ariel.
Yeah. So when you say Stavern, when I include Stavern in his as a top 10, that's a generous. That when anybody says Stavern was top 10, they're being very generous with Stavern the first time around. Of course, the second time around, I don't even know if Stavern was ranked. So he beat Stavern, who people generously say might have been a top 10 caliber, may have been, potentially, possibly. And then he beat Luis Ortiz. So that's a questionable one. Then he beat Luis Ortiz. Fair enough. I'll give him that. Luis Ortiz, top 10. Give him that. So he's beat Luis Ortiz, and that's all. That might be his only top 10 win. If you take out Stavern, his only top 10 win was 2 fights against Luis Ortiz. I'm not going to say that I'm going to include Stavern.
Well, all right. If we're going to be generous about it, he's knocked out one top 10 fighter. Knocked
out. One knockout on the TKO. Is that what you're saying?
No, because I'm not having Ortiz as a
twice.
The second fight. No.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. Boom. So that's his.
I mean, if you keep, is Ortiz still listed in top 10s at the moment?
Yes, I think he is. Let me just.
Because after he lost to Wilder, he fought Rizwan Kajanu, Hammer, and Kaufman. I mean, no, that's some real low-hanging fruit he took there.
Low-hanging fruit. Let's have a look if Stavern is. Luis Ortiz is still ranked in the heavyweight top 10. Let's go for the ratings. And let's go for the weight, heavy, and boom. Where is Stavern? Where is Ortiz? Oh, there he is at number 9. Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is at. Let me do this properly. Where is box recording to say that? Yeah, says that there. Where's the window though? There is. Take my word for it, folks. Check it on your own devices yourself. I got too many windows open right now. Oh, there it is. It's right there. It's right in front of my eyes, man. It's right in front of my eyes. Let's share that. Let's show the people. We got the evidence. Show the evidence. Show and tell. Show and prove. So there, let me just highlight that. There is Luis Ortiz at number 9. Should he have dropped out by the top 10 by now? Absolutely. His people he fought after the first loss to Deontay Wilder were, as you just said, Razvan Kajanu, Travis Kaufman, and Christian Hammer. That is hilarious. Utterly.
It makes Tyson's two cherries look dangerous.
You know what I'm saying? It's not impressive. It is not impressive at all. Okay, where are we now? Okay, let's do one last topic. Hold on. Did we finish that topic? Okay. So yeah, we've said what we do. We've said what we think Buddy McGirt would do. Buddy McGirt said he needed to do 2 things.
Well, I've given him 3 jobs, so I'm not sure what Buddy's looking at.
Yeah,
he's a much better trainer than I am, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I've said the footwork. Footwork is probably number 1. You said the jab, and what else?
The tell on his right hand.
Oh yeah, the tell on the right.
And read when his major weapons come in. I mean, what?
Yeah, what's the point? What is the point if you're showing what you're gonna do? What you're gonna do?
Particularly bearing in mind the fact that Deontay's the smaller man.
He's a smaller man.
So Tyson doesn't have, for most of the time, Deontay Wilder's got the reach and height advantage.
Most of the time.
So even if people can read his right hand, for them to be effective, they've got to be coming inside. They've got to be coming towards him.
Yeah.
So it's a bit harder to get away. But for Tyson, who can jab him when he's out of Wilder's range, it's it's a tiny step backwards every time he cocks his right hand. Yeah.
His finesse, his finesse, range is very, very important. And unfortunately for Deontay Wilder, he's been fighting low-hanging fruit, and now he gets up there somebody with vast experience. He's all at sea. What does that say? Getting into the chat. First thing he needs to learn is how to box. He had far too many easy fights. Absolutely, far too many easy fights. Yeah. Fury and Ortiz. The wildest tightest fights. Yeah, absolutely. Vizo up in the building. Wilder had the most padded record of any heavyweight boxing champ in a living memory. 100. And continuing with the chat. Just before Fury Wilder 2, many US so-called experts on the mainstream media are rating Wilder as one of the very top in history. Yo, I started commenting on that, but I forgot to finish it. Okay, so, and I think that's my point. That was one of my points when the so-called experts were talking about, oh, he's going to the hardest in history. He's probably the hardest. No, they were saying he's the hardest heavyweight puncher in history. And my problem with that, and I think it's come to fruition, is that you can show and tell, you can see for yourself. My problem with that is that you can't say that a man who's fighting low-hanging fruit, and because he's knocking him out, you can't then turn around and say, well, he's the best heavyweight puncher ever. You can't do that against low-hanging fruit. If he did that against quality opponents, then that would be a different matter. But he has not done that.
I mean, how are you going to compare it to what George Foreman's done?
It's laughable. It's laughable that people would actually compare to do that and have the audacity to do that.
Arguably, if you're going to really say people, the other people up there are probably Foreman, possibly Sonny Liston, although the size difference in those days is a bit, skews it a bit.
Yeah.
But Foreman did it in 2 eras.
Yes.
If Holyfield's saying it's the hardest punch he's ever had.
Yeah.
He was clearly the hardest puncher of the 70s.
Yeah. And let's not forget Shavers.
Yeah. I always think Shavers is a bit like Deontay Wilder, though.
Yeah, I can see where you'd say that.
He never really knocked out the top people, did he?
Yeah, that's a fair comment. That is a fair comment. And what's happening here? Vizo. Wilder's power is also overrated. Knockout tin cans that don't move. It ain't that great of an achievement. And I absolutely agree. Defense for sure. Yeah, what's his defense? Okay, John's come up with 2. I'll come up with 2. I say his footwork and his defense. What kind of defense is that? Just putting your hands up like two baseball bats at the side of your head. What about coming around through the pipe right there? Look, where's my defense? What about the face? What about going around the ear? Yeah, look at the earmuffs. Yeah, so this is his defense. That's his defense right there.
I can tell you the sort of defense it is, Raphie. It's the defense of a tall man that's used to fighting shorter fighters with no reach.
Yeah.
So as soon as he fought Tyson Fury, it was the wrong thing to be doing.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious when you look at his defense. Look at that. That's his defense. What about the parry? Remember the parry? What about the parry and the slip? What about the parry and then footwork? Parry, slip, footwork. What about that? What about all that? Is that out of the question? 1, you're not parrying. 1, you're not slipping. And 3, that's 2. 1, you're not parrying. 2, you're not slipping. And 3, you got no footwork. How about that? Okay, so let's go on with the list. Let's get deeper. Right, so the footwork. I said the footwork. Yeah. Next, I'm going to say the parry. And then I'm going to say the footwork. I'm going to say the footwork, parry. Slip.
What about just a decent guard before you try and get him doing anything too difficult, Raph?
Well, what I always say with everything, be soccer, football, as we know, it's soccer or whatever. I always say chess. I always say if your defense is tight, if you know how to defend, then that puts you in a better position to attack. So
he hasn't even got a decent guard.
Yeah, what is decent? I mean, he's in trouble. He's struggling all over the pitch. You pick up you look at any area, and he's struggling. He's even struggling with his best tool. So, footwork, parry, slip. Learn how to actually slip a punch. Now, see a punch and slip it. Parry it, slip. It's almost like a Mr. Miyagi move. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Yeah, slow motion. Watch the Matrix. Watch how he dodges the bullets. Watch the Matrix. Slip, parry, slip, footwork, different angle, bam, bam, bam. Then your jab comes in. Bam, 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 bam,
'Cause
bam.
he backs up in straight lines as well, doesn't he?
Backs
Doesn't
up in straight lines, and he doesn't even move his feet properly when he's doing a straight line. So he's doing something he shouldn't do.
His feet over, yeah.
He's doing something he shouldn't do anyway, and then he does it poorly.
The whole thing about it is because everyone's got super gassed on how good Tyson Fury is now.
Yeah.
But Deontay Wilder, when we break down like what he does wrong,
Yeah.
it's actually mind-boggling how bad he was.
Yeah. But I think I've been consistent in saying that. I hope I've been consistent in saying that Deontay Wilder, skill-wise, is poor. I think I've been consistent in saying that.
The one thing that I've given him credit for has been his ability to land the right hand.
Yeah.
But that's always had the asterisk, is that who's he been landing it on?
Yeah.
So it's getting difficult, really, to. I mean, is it that he's just regressed? Was he better before? I
think he's regressed. Somebody in here, right here. Oh, you're in tune to Boxing Talk with Raphie. It's a place where the good people meet, congregate to talk boxing related topics and non-boxing related topics, primarily combat sports anyway, primarily boxing, but I reserve the right to go on a tangent at any time. Maybe it's not tangent, maybe it was pre-planned, maybe I had it written down on my topic list. How would you know? It's all a mystery. You never know what you're going to get when you come to Boxing Talk with Raphie. Get guests in, good people in the chat. It's the place to be. So don't be silly. Tune in, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and follow me on Twitter, and your life will be enhanced. Ask anybody who's followed the steps, the program. Okay, I'm being serious. I'll leave that to your imagination. Okay, so what was you saying, John? Or was I saying something?
We were talking about if he'd regressed, because I mean,
sorry. Somebody came in here the other day and said I watched Wilder at the Olympics. He's gone backwards. And I say yes.
Well, after Stavern won, people were suggesting that he showed that he could box as well.
He could, to an extent. He could.
But he hasn't even considered
to
do that since, has he?
He hasn't built on that. He has, and what I have an explanation for that. I have a theory on that. And the theory is as follows. When his trainers saw that he was getting people out of there with just the right, I think they slacked on, and he was hard to teach, because remember, Breland came out and said there's an interview out there. If anyone challenges me to dig it up, I will dig it up. I remember seeing it. I remember watching it. So I will dig it up if someone challenges me to do so. If somebody's a non-believer. There's a video out there. It's an interview. Mark Breland is standing by this chain link fence. It's a sunny day. And he said that, what did he say? I'm paraphrasing, but he said Deontay. In fact, no, I'm getting it mixed up. It's a different interview, but he said that Deontay Wilder don't listen. Deontay Wilder don't listen. That's Mark Breland who said that. And so how can you teach somebody who don't listen, or it don't sink in for whatever reason? So yeah, I think he's regressed. I think when you get away with something, that you shouldn't be getting away with, what are you going to do? You're tempted to do it more. And then the other areas of his game, instead of progressing steadily over the years, I put it to you, has regressed steadily over the years. Yeah, so that's how I see that. That's how I see that. I think the man has regressed. And you know what? Let's just get through these comments. Well, he's a knockout artist. He is a knockout artist. Can't take that away from him, but he's a poor boxer. He needs to go back to basics. Yes, for real, for sure. Wilder's 2 step-up fights between Ortiz and Fury. Against Ortiz over 2 fights. Wilder won 3 rounds. Wilder versus Fury over 2 fights. Wilder won 3 rounds. So in 4 fights, over 36 rounds, Wilder won 5. Damn. That's a damning indictment on Deontay Wilder. Sounds like we're going in a bit hard on him, but listen, it ain't really that. We're just objectively looking at the man's skills or deficits. That's what we're talking about, his deficits. Wilder was fighting bums, got stuck in his bum beating ways. Bum beater. Wilder's a bum beater. Damn. And I'm not even going to go into what TeddyAtlas had to say, because he had to say a lot. And we've reached the 1 hour 30 mark. I think in these coronavirus days, that is decent. That is fair. That is reasonable. It's a shorter one. That means, you get to go to Betty Buys. Get to go to Betty Buys a little bit earlier. I think what I'll do to compensate, don't really need to compensate, but what I'll do maybe tomorrow is go live in the daytime. Do another quick daytime thing, so we bring you up from 1 hour 30 to maybe another hour tomorrow. So boom, spreading out the goodness, spreading out the love, not too concentrated, kind of drip feed. Yes. So what have we covered today? We've looked at Luis Ortiz talking about, matter of fact, let me just share this as we proceed to bring this baby to a close, a nice soft landing. Where are we? So we've looked at Luis Ortiz talking to Andy Ruiz. Why you need tune up? You don't need tune up. You fight me. Me very old. You shouldn't need tune up. Come, let's do this. We've looked at Dillian White driving 40 hours to Portugal in his van with his Cana Carosso. How do you pronounce that dog name? Them big dogs must take a lot of food. So that's expensive having dogs of that size. We've looked at Luis Ortiz, number 9 in the rankings, still in the top 10. And then we look at who he's fought after he fought Deontay Wilder the first time: Rajvan Kujanu, Travis Kaufman, Christian Hamer, or Hammer, however you want to pronounce that, Shiznix. And we've looked at Bob Arum informing the world that Fury Wilder 3 won't happen till maybe early in October. Is there anything else that I covered on my topic list? Boom. Okay, that's for a video or another day. What have I missed? This is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to always go back. Oh, damn. Without fail, I always forget to talk about something that is on the topic list. But we'll do that. I may do that tomorrow. I may do that one, the one that I've missed tomorrow. And as a matter of fact, that triggered my memory. About something else. Something else I said I'd do. I did say I would cover. Here it is. I don't need to. I think we already covered it without bringing up the story itself. I'm just going to give you the headline. And you will recognize that we've already covered it, even though I didn't actually bring up this story. This is the TeddyAtlas story. With the headline reads, Wilder doesn't know how to fight. exposed again for no fundamentals, and I don't need to go into that story because we've already chopped it up without Teddy. Or I think we mentioned Teddy at some point. But yeah, Wilder doesn't know how to fight. I'm not going to go into that story because I'm satisfied that we have chopped it up, but I may bring up that. I may go into the words of Atlas. I may do a video, so I'll go into his specifics. I may go into the specifics of what Atlas said or says in a separate piece, whether it occurs in a live or in a video form. I don't know yet, but we will analyze the words or look at the words or assess the words or give an overview to what TeddyAtlas has to say. But we chopped it up ourselves right over here on Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Didn't need you for that one, Teddy. But I will look at it. John D. Lee, thanks for joining. Have you got any last words, John?
Just stay safe.
Yeah.
Stay safe and keep yourself occupied.
Stay safe and keep yourselves occupied. Don't go sticking your fingers in any electrical devices because you're bored. Don't do that. Don't do that. What's going on here? Wilder said he wants a body, but almost got bodied himself. He pretty much did get bodied. The punch rears his ugly head. If you haven't checked out my video on the punch going at Dillian White, please kindly do so at your leisure. And so, yes, John Daly, thanks for joining me, my friend, and we will speak again very, very soon.
No, Raphie.
Okay, my friend, take care. And that was John D. Lee. And then there was one. Okay, let me line this baby up. Okay. So we've chopped up all of those goodies. Keeping it nice, short, and tight. In this corona age, because obviously there's something going on with the corona. People are doing multiple look different things. So keeping it nice, short, and tight. Look after yourselves, people. Teddy was slamming Fury's weight gain prior to that. Teddy's a bit funny. Because I listen to some of his stuff sometimes, and I see some kind of he's a bit wavy. Teddy's a bit wavy. Teddy is a bit wavy. Knows his shiznicks though. Knows his shiznicks, but he's a bit wavy. He is a bit wavy. Where we at? Setting up this thing. Okay. Excellent tie. You have been in tune to Boxing Talk with Raphie. What we got here? Big Ant. Wilder getting fight pushback will help him get more prepared for the Fury. For Fury. Pace. Yeah. Have I said that in the video? Yeah. I said it in my last video. It may benefit, may help him, may help prepare him. Who benefits more out of the two between Fury and Wilder? I think with the delay, I think it is Wilder, but also Big Ant. Yeah, I don't think it's enough time to make. Well, it could be enough time to make significant difference. We will see. I mean, really, it's just basic fundamentals. Can Wilder get back to basic fundamentals? Can he get to basic fundamentals? Can Wilder raise his game to basic fundamentals? So to get to basic fundamentals, Wilder's going to have to raise his game. Can he do it? I don't know. Theoretically, yes. Realistically, is he stuck in his ways? Can you teach an old dog new tricks? The answer to that question is yes, if the dog wants to learn. And with that, how can I say? It's the end of the show. It's the coronavirus era right about now. So keeping it nice, short, and tight. Okay, so it's the Monique It's the John D. Lee. It's the Red Glove Militant. It's the Ethan Boyd. Difficult to pronounce. One day I'll get it right. It's the Shiz Biz. It's the BH. And once again, much thanks for the donation, BH, doing his little bit to contribute to the thing. All contributions most welcome. It's the Pablo Diablo. Who else we got? It's the Vizo. And who else we got? The Big Ant. Okay, and with that, the only thing left for me to say is thank you for tuning into Boxing Talk with Raphie. It's been another good one. It's been another successful one. Coronavirus is wiping out the views. We don't care. We're still here. We're still doing it. And when people come back, we will be here. We never went nowhere. So, thank you to all. And look out for Boxing Talk with Raphie. Mondays and Wednesdays. Typically Wednesdays. I switched it to Thursdays tonight. Switched it to Thursday. And yeah. It's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, and it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And the only thing left for me to say is blessed.